Hello guys and welcome to this quick tutorial on how to utilize the ImGui here as the GUI library to create C++ GUI applications. So the first thing we need to do then is to get it done, right? We just go ahead and go to the code, and then we can copy based on if you're familiar with Git or not. If you're not, then this might so if you know Git, just go ahead and pull it down to your own repository, right? If you're not, you need to download it so you can get it in there, right? So let me just copy that directory there, okay? And then I'm gonna go here and go to my project, Visual Studio, create a new project, and this is gonna be of the type empty C++ for Windows. And then next, and I'm gonna call this guy not that place. Find a different place there. So let me see. I'm gonna go find a place that's good to go with. Dev, new folder, cpp ImGui, right in there, and then select filter folder cpp with GUI, right? Alrighty. So we're having an empty project. We need to have our code in there, right? So one of the things you can do is just right click on your project and just open the folders in File Explorer, right? And this is basically where your solution is, and this folder is where your project is, and currently has nothing. And then we can create a new folder called vendor, and that's where we have our vendor stuff, right? And we can put the stuff in there. So it's based on if you wanted to just get it done by downloading it or use Git to get it in. I'm gonna opt to show you how to do both. I guess you can download the zip, and then that will download the whole thing here. This thing is not very big. And get it done, and then extract here, and then extract, and then we'll get it all through. Alrighty, and then this is basically ImGui. We can rename that to ImGui here, just to be, or maybe uppercase G, or an uppercase I. Right? So this is how you can get it copied over. Just copy that folder, right? And that contains all these guys. Copy that folder into your project folder. I believe it's in here, and put that in here underneath vendor ImGui here. Okay, that will have it in. And yes, alternatively, you can just use Git to do a Git clone. Oh, Git clone. So what you do is type in cmd there, right? And then cmd here, and just type in Git clone, and you clone that directory there. You guys know how to use Git. Then you don't have to see me go do this, but yes. And then you make sure that it's in here, right? Or alternatively, if you have a Git repository already, you can do git submodule add, right? To add it in as a submodule. Make sure that you pick the same folder structure that I do, and that'll be all good. Okay, so the files are in here, right? But it's not part of our project or solution. We can go here and change our Explorer to be using the all files, and you can see we do have the vendor ImGui, we just don't have them included, right? So one thing we want to do is to be able to utilize the Windows version of this, or the Windows, the one that supports Windows. In the examples, there is one called Direct None. I guess is the easiest to work with, right? And one thing you can do is to make sure that you check out what's going on in that particular one. Okay, so let's take a look at that. I'm gonna go to the examples and Direct None, and then I guess we have to open the whole thing here. This one contains a bunch of different projects. You can just update it, no problem there. So what we need to do is make sure that we do mimic one of these guys, one of these projects. And you can see this project has a bunch of sources. The main, which is basically the everything in there, right? And let's do this. Let's copy everything in the main, and then we make our own main in here as well. So right click here, I'm gonna go create a new folder. I'm gonna call this guy src for source, and then go in there. We add a new atom, and it's gonna be interesting, a new atom. Okay. I guess it's fun. I'm gonna call this guy main cpp, and then paste everything in. Now, of course, this will give us a bunch of errors because we don't have any of these guys, right? So we need to make sure that we have these. Let's take a look at that. So we need the header file of ImGui.h. It's in the vendor ImGui in this directory, right? So we just have to include this directory in our project settings. So right click properties, and then go to the directories, include directories, right? Make sure we add that one. Okay, let's go to the macros. We need to add in the solution or project, rather project directory there, yeah. So in there we need to add in our you can see the project directory has the / already, or the backward slash, I guess. We just need to add in the vendor, right? It's in there, our lowercase v, and then ImGui, and then another one there, and then hit OK, and then apply and OK. Now this should allow us to be able to include the ImGui, no problem there, but we're missing these two, right? ImGui implementation, DX9 and Windows 32. I believe these two, let's take a look at that in the sample project. Let's see. So they're basically in here, right? Let's see where they are. Let's see. It's hard to find. Let's take a look at if they're in here somewhere. Backends, I believe, yeah, backends. So we just have to have the backends to be also part of the include folders. So let me just properties, and then go there again, edit, and then let me just copy that and put that in there. We add in this backends, and then OK, and apply and OK. Right, now these are all good. Looks like we're all good, right? If we try to run this now and see if we're able to run the version, you can see we're getting an error, right? The arrow is complaining about a bunch of things, a bunch of things, but they're all linking arrows, right? Which means that we're missing some libraries. Okay, so let's see what kind of library do we need to have. It's not libraries, basically. It's missing CPP files, I think. So we need to add in those CPP files. I believe it's basically in ImGui. Let's see, ImGui. Yes, all these files. It's probably better to be part of our project, anyways. Or you can build a static library to link it. I'm gonna opt for the easy, cheap solution. We grab all the headers and CPPs in ImGui here. That's actually subfolders in our project. That's why this is easy. Right click and then include in projects. So those are part of our project now. When we build, they should be able to link. Let's try again. Yeah, let's have lesser linking arrow now. It's also complaining about the DirectX 9 version. I believe that's in the back end. We're missing these guys as well. We don't need everything here. I think we're just looking for the ones we need. So DirectX 9 and Win32 ones. So I'm gonna grab this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. These are the ones I think that's what we needed. So right click again. We're gonna include those into our project. So those are part of our project now. Try again, and we'll have one linking arrow left. Right, this thing is not linking because we're looking for, oh yeah, we're missing a DirectX 9. So you need to first install DirectX. I believe if you play any game, should be in there. We just have to put it into our input. So go to the project settings again, and you look for linkers and then input, and here where you need to add in the additional dependencies, I think. So I'm gonna go there and then add it. Okay, I want to add in d3 d9 .dl, the dynamic link library, and try that again. Oh, I'm not happy about that. Cannot open that. So I must have been missing something. Let's look at the actual example one there and see what the ones they're linking with. Let's look at that. So linkers, input, d3 d9. Oh, LIB, so it's static linked. Okay, no problem with that. Go back here and then go to the project there, and then just change that to the static version, and hit apply. Okay, and now we should be able to link everything together, and then yes, we're able to pop up the ImGui now, right? This is a project freshly made new, just adding in only the necessary dependencies we need for ImGui to be running using DirectX, which is the way to use the Windows. Right, that'll be it for the first video. We got everything set up. Our framework environment is working. The next one, we're going to talk about a few things that we can do with ImGui. All right, see you guys next time.